Hello everyone, welcome back to Pably. So in this video we are going to understand how to recover abandoned Thrivecart cards with ZenFox. So are you also using Thrivecart for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm doing the same. I'm running EduTech company and I'm selling my courses online with the help of my Thrivecart account. And now I want that as soon as my potential customer leave their cards abandoned in the Thrivecart account, with the help of same details, a new contact should be created in my ZenFox account too, so that I can create targeted email marketing campaigns for these potential customers. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Thrivecart and ZenFox. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pably Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So I'm going to do this process because I want to convert my potential customers into real customers. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to recover abandoned Thrivecart cards with ZenFox. So as you know that I'm running a EduTech company, and now I wish that as soon as my potential customers abandon the cart, so let's suppose a course of mine was in their cart but they didn't completely check out, then a new contact should be created or updated in my ZenFox account so that I can create targeted marketing campaigns for these potential customers and convert them into paying clients. So to do all of this, I've opened the landing page of Pably simply by searching pably.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as you are going to open the landing page of Pably, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I am an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pably apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pably. But in today's video, we are going to use Pably Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pably Connects account. And now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to recover abandoned Thrivecart cards with ZenFox. And then we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and action follow the commands of the trigger. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and action are the response towards that command. So this means that trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands given by trigger. So as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select our trigger application which is Thrivecart, because I want that as soon as my potential customer leave their cards abandoned in my Thrivecart account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for Thrivecart and then we are going to select it. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as cart abandoned. And now we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Thrivecart account with your Pably's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection and now it is asking me for the token. So it is saying enter the API key here. You can get the API key from the Thrivecart account from the API and webhook section available under the settings section. So over here you can see the hyperlink provided for API and webhook. So I'm going to go on this hyperlink, and as soon as I'm going to click on the hyperlink, you can see it is directly taking me to the API and webhook section. So we don't have to follow all of these steps to go to there. Directly we are going there with the help of my hyperlink. And it was really easy because I've already logged in my Thrivecart application prior. So it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. And over here you can see API keys. So we are going to go and view settings right now. And now you can see the two API keys that I've already created, but I'm going to create a new. So I'm going to click on create API key. And now it is asking me to name the API key. So I want to name the API key as abandoned carts. And now as you can see that we have successfully generated a new API key. So I'm going to copy this key, and then we are going to paste this same key right over here in our workflow. And now after pasting this key, we are going to click on save. And as soon as we are going to click on save, you can see that we have successfully connected our Thrivecart account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the product. So here you can see all the products that I'm selling with the help of my Thrivecart account for my edutech company. And now I want to create this automation only for some particular products. So I'm going to create this automation for this product, which is core PHP programming. So I'm going to create this automation for this page. So I'm going back to my workflow, and then for the product, I'm going to select it as core PHP programming. If you wish to create this automation for multiple products, you can select multiple products right over here, but I'm going to select one only. And after selecting my product, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And now it is saying waiting for response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / records. In order to capture this response, we have to do a test submission. And in order to do the test submission, I'm going to open my Thrivecart account, and over here we are going to go on this course, and we are going to on get URL. So I'm going to copy this payment link, and then we are going to open this in a new tab. And now you can see that this is the URL. So I'm going to fill in the details. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as dummy, last name as user, email as dummy@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number, I'm going to keep it as this, and now it is asking me for the billing address. So for the billing address, I'm going to keep it as Street 42. For the city as Indore, this is the zip. In the country, I have keep it as India, and for the state, we are going to keep it as Madhya Pradesh, and then we are going to click on continue. And now it is asking me for the payment information. So I'm going to fill in the payment information, and now suppose it is saying complete order. But let's suppose that I got distracted and I'm going to leave the cart abandoned right over here. So I'm going to close this. And now you can see that I've left the cart abandoned. So this means that we have successfully did the test submission. And now we are going to wait for the response so that Pabbly can capture this. Till then, you can see that in the important notes, it is saying note after clicking on the save and send test request button, you need to put the email address on the cart page created through Thrivecart and leave the cart without making the purchase. So we have successfully done this, and now it is saying so that the response can be received here. And now over here, you can see that it is saying it takes 15 minutes to trigger the webhook response in the case of cart abandoned. So now Pabbly will capture the response in nearly 15 minutes. So we are going to wait for a few minutes, and then we are going to check for the response. And now you can see that we have received the response. Over here you can see the viewer name, which is dummy user that we entered. Over here you can see the last name, the first name, the email, and over here we are going to scroll, and as you can see, event cart abandoned. So yes, with this our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. So for our action application, we are going to select SendFox right over here, because I want that as soon as my potential customer leaves their cart abandoned in my Thrivecart account, automatically a contact should be created in my SendFox too. So I'm going to search for it, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as add contacts to list, because I want to add the contact to this list, which is abandoned cart. So I'm going back to my workflow, and now we are going to click on connect. And as you can see, again, it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your SendFox account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to again follow me, click on add a new connection. And again, it is asking me for the token. So we are going to get the token, and we are going to read the help text for that. And it is saying log into your SendFox account. You can find the personal access token from settings and then API. So again, over here, you can see the hyperlink. So I'm going to click on this hyperlink, and as you can see, it is directly redirecting me to the API section. So over here we are going to click on create new token, and now it is asking me for the name of the token. So I'm going to enter the name of the token as test, and then we are going to click on create. And now you can see that this is my token. So we are going to copy this token, and then we are going to paste this same token in our workflow right over here. And after pasting this token, we are going to click on save. And as soon as we are going to click on save, you can see connected right over here. So this means that we have successfully connected our SendFox account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the contacts list. So over here, I want to add the contacts in this list, which is abandoned carts. So I'm going to select the same list right over here, which is abandoned carts. And then we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the first name, last name, and email. So we are going to map these details. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Thrivecart as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new cart left abandoned in my Thrivecart account. So I'm going to give you an example that over here in front of first name, if I'm going to enter dummy right over here manually, suppose this. So over here, if I'm going to enter dummy right over here manually, then this will not change with every new response received, because this is a static information and I've entered it manually. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, over here you can see the first name. So if I'm going to map it right from here, the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. So we are going to map the last name too. So we are going to search for it and then we are going to map it. We are going to do same for the email also. I'm going to search for it and as you can see the same. So we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. As you can see that now it is asking me for more details. So all of these details are not the required details. I'm going to leave it as blank and then we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully created a new contact in our SendFox account with the same details. So I'm going to open my SendFox and check for the new contact in my list. And now we are going to refresh this page. And yes, you can see a new contact has been created, dummy@pablitudes.com, first name dummy, last name user. So yes, with this our workflow is successful and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. So for the trigger application, we selected Thrive Cart. For the trigger event, we selected cart abandoned. For the action application, we selected SendFox. And then for the action event, we selected add contact to list because I wanted that as soon as my potential customer leaves their cart abandoned in my Thrive Cart account, automatically a contact should be created in my SendFox account too, so that I can create targeted marketing campaigns for these potential customers and convert them into real customers. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the contact that I added in my SendFox list, which is abandoned cards, with the help of my workflow. So now if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.